Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World and the second part of the epic approaches section of this series. Last time out I was in Gibraltar and I did the 1, 2, 3, not brilliantly, not a plane that I am entirely good at. I struggle every time with it. Funnily enough, the last one was the one that I did the best landing on, and given the circumstances that was really quite odd. Approaches ferry, situation taxi hamburger. Hamburger? What? I might have to check that one out, but that's not part of the epic approaches. Today I'm going to actually do the... I really wanted to do this one, but because of the nature of the mountainous region and the fact that it's a DA-42, which I'm not brilliant at, I am deciding not to do that one. Instead, I'm going to actually do the Queenstown one. So let's get jumping. Yes, let's jump right into it. So we're in the Malibu Mirage, it seems, the PA-46, the Piper Malibu Mirage. So this ought to be quite an interesting flight. Help if I press start. I was like looking at that thinking, why? What's wrong about that? What have I done wrong? It says 5 minutes. 5 minutes should be fairly okay. So what do I think of this approach DLC at the moment? I'm not going to make a comment on the money. I've already said that I'm not a fan of DLCs that add missions. But that being said, that last mission at the end of the last episode, that was quite something. That was definitely quite something. I have to admit, for a few seconds there, I was a little bit panicky. I wouldn't say panicky. I'd say a little bit confused. It did surprise me quite heavily because I hadn't looked up what was going on in this at all beforehand. Right. So there's the airport, I believe. So this should be quite easy. Yes, this should be quite easy.
Bravo uniform, clear to land. Straight in, runway 05.
Clear to land, runway 05. Zulu Bravo uniform.
Right. We'll keep it nice and level at the moment. Let's do that.
Okay.
Slow ourselves down, actually.
For a simple straight in approach and landing. Could you read out the landing checklist?
Let's start slowing ourselves down.
I sure can. Seats upright.
Check.
Seatbelts fastened.
Check.
Landing lights set to on.
Yeah, I need to do that. Check.
Check.
Altimeter set.
Altimeter is set.
Radio frequencies. Approach is 125.750, and I can see that set.
Yep.
Confirmed. 125.750.
Let's slow ourselves right down.
Flaps if required.
Yes, we are going to go
Cabin
one
pressure
stage of flaps in a
depressurized.
moment.
Okay, then it's gear down, as and when you please.
Gear down. This is
Loading
fast.
gear.
This is very fast. I need to slow this down.
Pre-landing checklist complete.
Thanks. Now, let's put her on the ground.
This is a nice... I like this approach, actually. Stage 1 flaps.
Lowering
now.
flaps.
That's pretty good. In fact, that slowed us down very nicely. I want to get ourselves even slower. Another stage of flaps. And we are lined up with the runway. That was a piece of cake. 85 knots. Lifting the nose, bringing the power up. Not too shabby. We should be bringing this in very nicely, actually. 75 knots. I'm good. I want to hold that now. There we go. Easy as pie. Ease it over a little bit. There we go. And the nose come down again. Just a bit of kick on the rudder. Idle power. And we're down. Very simple.
Piper Zulu Bravo uniform, please vacate to the right when able.
Vacating to the right. Flaps up. Thank you. We'll take this taxiway over to our right just here. Doesn't really look like a taxiway, but we'll take it anyway. Yes, it is. It is a taxiway. It's a sharper taxiway, so we'll use the brakes to turn us in, and we'll hold short just here. How's that?
Great flight. Always a pleasure to assist you wherever we are in the world.
Thank you. Easy as pie. That one was very easy. I much prefer the Mirage. I think I've got a lot more use of the Mirage than I have. In fact, I generally prefer the, let's go for, always check your instrument. Fuel becomes critical as you follow direction of the Kawuru River to land. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting one. I always prefer the Piper aircraft to the Diamond aircraft, at least so far. I do find myself having a preference towards the Pipers. I just like the flight dynamics of them better. They just feel better, but I'm not sure. It could just be, maybe it is just personal preference. Someone's probably really good with the Diamond. Now this is going to be an interesting one. Ooh. This is going to be incredibly interesting. I'm going to switch on all my lights.
Zulu Bravo uniform, you are cleared to land runway 23.
Cleared to land, runway 23, Zulu Bravo uniform.
Normal procedure means we'd follow the river around to the west. It'll take us to Queenstown.
Understood. So we're going to take the river around to the west. So which way is west here? Right, okay. I see where we're going. I think. I'm assuming that's the river ahead of us, so... It says we follow the river around to the west. So hold on, are they saying that we need to go west or to the west of us? Because that's the west of us. That's an interesting
That
one.
fuel reading. That can't be right.
That's odd. We had more than enough fuel last time I checked. Has to be a faulty sensor.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about
approach,
that.
Piper Zulu Bravo uniform. Possible fuel issue. Can we make a straight-in approach to land runway 23?
Piper Zulu Bravo uniform, runway is clear and at this time no other traffic in the circuit. You are showing us 10 miles from the airport. Can you elaborate on the fuel problem? Are you running low?
We think so. We're not sure.
Where are you going?
Pan Zulu Bravo uniform is a PA-46. Current altitude 2,000 feet. Fuel reading abnormally low. At this moment when...
Nope, we failed the mission. I'm afraid I didn't have any instruction as to where to go. To follow the river around to the west. Well, that's the river ahead of us. And I was going to go west of that. Unless we're just supposed to go that way. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. The instructions on that one are not as clear as I would like. The instructions on that are not as clear as I would like. Well, let's try that one again. It says follow the river around to the west. So I'm assuming that is go west from where we are. So it'd be relative west, which in this case would be heading south. I don't know. I really don't know. It says 7 minutes, but I have no idea where the True Sky looks great though. Really does. Could do with updates, but it does look great.
Zulu Bravo uniform, you are cleared to land runway 23.
Cleared to land, runway 23, Zulu Bravo uniform.
Normal procedure means we'd follow the river around to the west. It'll take us to Queenstown.
Maybe they mean this river. Don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Can I? There's no... Maybe that way. I'm going to go that way and just see what happens. I can't see. Oh! Hello. There it is. That would help. Okay.
That fuel reading. That can't be right.
That's odd. We had more than enough.
So it was the river that we were just going under.
Queenstown approach, Piper Zulu Bravo uniform. Possible fuel issue. Can we make a straight-in approach to land runway 23?
Piper Zulu Bravo uniform. Runway is clear and at this time no other traffic in the circuit. You are showing us 10 miles from the airport. Can you elaborate on the fuel problem? Are you running low?
We have no idea.
Pan Zulu Bravo uniform is a PA-46. Current altitude 2,000 feet.
It's not.
Fuel
Current
reading
altitude.
abnormally low.
Current
At this
altitude
moment, we're not sure if it's a
4,500
sensor
feet.
error. 5 souls on board, commercial flight. We require an immediate straight-in approach.
Zulu Bravo uniform. Emergency services have been notified. Maintain your altitude on the approach to Queenstown. You are cleared for a straight into runway 23.
I have
say again,
no
runway
idea where we're
23.
going.
We have one aircraft just departing to the south. All others are on the ground and holding.
Ah, okay, I see what we're supposed to do. Cleared straight in runway 23.
Fuel starvation. Looks like we're going to be gliding in.
Very good. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Zulu Bravo uniform. We've run out of fuel. I don't know how I'm supposed to make that, actually. To be completely honest. I'm just going to do that. We do have the speed going at the moment, so that's okay. I don't see how I'm going to do this. This one's actually a lot more difficult. Maybe because I don't know the area. I mean that's a definite possibility. I'm trying to, and I don't know what the best glide speed for this aircraft is. I want to try and start the engines again if I can. I'm just going to follow this in. I'm at 3,000 feet and descending. We do have clouds ahead of us. If we just try and avoid, we've got all these mountains that need to be avoided. I love that. But we're doing okay here. We are slowing down actually. What's the best glide speed for this aircraft? We're 10 miles away. 10 miles away, 3,000 feet. We're doing 105 knots. We're losing 1,000 feet a minute. Which means we're not going to make that. Unless I can reduce the rate of descent. Come on, can I get any more power out of this? No. Trying my best to reduce the rate of descent. I don't think we're going to make this one. I can increase the speed a bit without... This is now something that I have to think about. That's interesting. Ooh, mountain. I'm sure I'm just supposed to follow this river. That's what she said. That's what she told me to do. But I'm going to... It's not going to... There's no way I'm going to make this. 2,000 feet. Losing altitude at 500 foot a minute. Which means I'll be hitting the ground in about 2 minutes. At this rate, given the altitude that it looks like the ground is at. And in 2 minutes at 95 knots, it's just not enough for me to... It's not enough for me to make that. Huh. Interesting, interesting. I have a feeling what I should have done is I should have been turning immediately. But I didn't know where I was going. So if I had actually taken course and turned immediately, I would have been okay. I am very close to that. I wonder if I can ditch it in this river. That might be my best bet. 1,000 feet. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try and ditch it in the river. No, actually, gear up. Maximum flaps. Right, we have to try and keep wings level here if we're gonna ditch it here. 50. Ease it up. That's good. Let's see if we can land, get it in here.
Any landing you can walk away from.
And we're down. Please tell me that was a pass. No, failed. But I did manage to get it into the river. So that's something, without flipping it over. Huh. I don't know how to do that one. Okay, so suddenly these missions are a little bit more confusing. Maybe it's because I don't know the area. Maybe if I just learn the area around Queenstown, I might know how to do that. But what else have we got? Remain ahead of the chasing storm and watch out for wind shear. Interesting. Keep your eye on the terrain clearance. Okay. Make an approach through the Swiss valleys. Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this episode here, and when I get another chance, maybe, you know, between community updates or between my flight sim tutorials, I might come back to these. I might try them out again and see what happens. Those ones are definitely more interesting than the Gibraltar ones. The last Gibraltar one was quite interesting. This one is quite interesting because, yeah, that's quite interesting. Maybe because I don't know the area, like I said. And then, if that's quite interesting, I'm pretty sure that these are going to be similarly interesting. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Thumbs up for hamburger, whatever this is. And last but not least, do support me on Patreon. Link to that is in the description box below. I'd massively appreciate your support. And if you haven't seen my flight sim tutorials, please do check them out and see what you think. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Flight Sim World.